Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to round number 9 of the Kimi Raikkonen career mode on F1 2015. As you can see, it's round 9 at the British Grand Prix. And as you can see, we're actually heading the Drivers' Championship, followed by our Finnish compatriot Valtteri Bottas. So the two Finns seem to be going well this season. The Mercedes keep seeming to trip over each other, and our teammate Sebastian Vettel hopefully can put in a late resurgence. But without further ado, guys, let's get into round number 9, the British Grand Prix.
Welcome to this afternoon's qualifying session here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. It's going to be an exciting afternoon as the teams battle it out for the prize of pole. Silverstone is steeped in racing history, and we can definitely say that every track position will be hotly contested in the next few minutes.
So here we are, guys, we're in our garage getting ready for yet another qualifying session this season. We're hoping to go for the pole position, of course, this not being Kimi Raikkonen's home Grand Prix, but of course he doesn't have one, so as I am British, then this is my home Grand Prix. Just loading up a British GP setup and getting ready to head out on track. So hopefully we can make this pole number, I don't know how many poles we got this season, I'll have to check that out, but we've had a pretty good run of qualifying in this European stint. I definitely, if there's anywhere where I'm going to be able to pick up momentum, it's going to be the European season going into the later seasons. But we're starting our lap in qualifying now. We're going to whack it up into rich mix, coming across the line, getting a fairly good run out of the final quarter, 7th gear, flat out through this quarter. Actually, I have a little bit of a downshift there, which surprises me actually, but coming through to this second quarter, we missed that apex by a mile there, but we're going to carry on with the lap anyway, I think, and we've got a pretty good run through this new section so far. Other than that second quarter, I'm really not too much of a fan of this section. I do wish we had the bridge section back, because it was just so much more heroic, but we're coming back to the more traditional part of the Silverstone circuit, coming to Woodcut, I think this is. I'm really bad with the corner names on this track, but we get a pretty nice line through Woodcut actually, so hopefully this might be a good enough lap regardless of that the first couple of corners. But through this corner it feels absolutely fantastic in qualifying, doing a bit of a cheeky bit of track extended, which of course in I think real life that would have actually cancelled out our lap, but yeah, not in F1 2015, or at least not at the time we recorded. But we have a very quick section through Maggots and Beckett, so I really do love that section on this game for some reason. I didn't like it on some of the other F1 games, but coming through to Stowe, I think this is, and we have a pretty dial-up. That's one corner on this track that I've never been able to get right on any game. But again, we're missing the apexes quite a lot on this lap, so if there is any time left, then I think we could definitely improve on this lap. But we're going to come across the line for a, I can't even read what that says, 132 I guess. But yeah, we're going to head back to the garage and see how that lap was compared to the AI. As you can see, Taylor's come online, thank you for that, Dan. But if you're wondering why I sound a bit different, I've got a massively sore throat, so yeah, apologies for that. But as you can see, we only had a 5% tyre wear. We have actually selected another set of tyres, and I think we are actually going to have a look now, see, we're the only ones setting a time, so I think we are actually going to head out to track again. So let's get ready for another qualifying lap here at the British Grand Prix. So getting ready for the start of another qualifying lap. I think we have a better run through that final corner this time, which hopefully will mean we actually get a better run through here. That was actually a mistake there, to be fair. I should have been in 8th gear, shifted down to 7th if I avoid that. And again, we're missing the apex for that second corner, so our setup really doesn't seem to be suited for qualifying at least. We'll have to see how it fares in the race. But as you can see, all the top runners have set a time. Well, not all of them, but most of the top runners set a time. Sebastian Vettel there, as you saw, pushed down to 5th by Felipe Nasr. So it seems like a lot of the AI aren't getting a perfect first lap, and as you can see, we're actually a 10th down in the first sector of what was already a fairly bad first sector. But I feel I left a bit more time that I could have found around here. As you can see, we're asking, actually I'm not sure what we're asking, but maybe I was asking my engineer to be quiet at that point. But Hamilton's in second place now, Rosberg's in third, as we don't track extend quite as much. I mean, we still had 2 wheels on the track sort of, but this section, absolutely love it. Yeah, we definitely messed that up. It's not going to be an improvement on our lap time. I think coming down the straight, I think we are just going to retire. We look at our sector, how far down we are, and yeah, we do indeed back off. But Kimi Raikkonen seems happy anyway. As we skip to the end of the session, let's find out where we qualified for the British Grand Prix.
That's the end of qualifying, and it's Kimi Raikkonen who takes the top spot for tomorrow's race.
Well, he's got to be pleased with that. He's worked hard for it and deserves the result. He'll now turn his sights to tomorrow for what should be a very exciting race.
Wow, 1.4 seconds faster than Lewis Hamilton on a lap that wasn't perfect ourselves. Wow, okay, Sebastian Vettel down in 6th place. As you can see, it is Legend AI for anyone that's doubting, but yeah, unbelievable. 1.4 seconds quicker. I did not expect that at all. But anyway, let's get ready now for the Silverstone Grand Prix.
It's Sunday afternoon, and that means it's time for Formula One. This week finds us in the lush English countryside as the teams make their final preparations before the start of the British Grand Prix here in Silverstone. In yesterday's post-qualifying press conference, you'd have been hard-pressed to tell from his demeanour alone that Kimi Raikkonen had just beaten everyone to pole. But he had, and that's where he starts from today.
He has clean air in front of him, so we'll be hoping he can create a gap over the first few laps. If the cars in 2nd and 3rd can keep close until the first round of pit stops, then they may be able to take advantage on the undercut.
So here we are then, guys, lined up on the start line of our home Grand Prix. 5 red lights, and away we go for the British Grand Prix. And we really need to defend from Lewis Hamilton, who got an amazing start, but also did Nico Rosberg. And oh my lord, Lewis Hamilton nearly wiping out both of them. I think actually both the Mercedes have dropped out of the top 5, so wow, Hamilton's mistake cost him big time. But we go wide again in that second corner, and Felipe Massa is now in the lead of the British Grand Prix. So just like the British Grand Prix this year, one of the Williams at least, not both, but one of the Williams has got out into the lead. And look at that gap he's already got. We really need to start pushing this lap if we're to try and catch Felipe Massa. But I think this setup's definitely angled more towards understeer for some reason. This setup just does not allow me to hook up or try and aim for any of the inside apexes. Inside apex, you know what I mean, apexes. But coming to what's it called, cops. Coming to cops, and wow, just the amount of understeer. Of course, we have got heavier fuel, so I need to consider that. But even so, we are understeering big time through this section. But I think this is where we was actually gaining the 1.4 second advantage over the AI. Because look at that, Felipe Massa, we couldn't even see his game tag earlier, or couldn't take his driver tag, but now all of a sudden we can see it. And sparks flying from the back of the Williams car. We're going to try and look around the outside, see if we can get anywhere, but we got a great run out of that corner considering we didn't even touch the apex. But we're not going to try and make a risky move. It's only lap 1. We've got 25 more laps, and Felipe Massa's going so slow at this point. We're right on the back of that Williams, and obviously him setting the fastest lap because he's first across the line. But we're going to go up the inside, and he just turns away from the corner. Wow, look at that yellow flag. We actually almost go off ourselves there. But Sebastian Vettel, our teammates, managed to get up to 3rd place, so it's great stuff for our teammate. Again, with the resurgence that hopefully we'll see from now on. But we've got a healthy gap to the cars in 2nd and 3rd. But as we can see, we're watching Felipe Massa, and this is the reason why he's dropped back so much from us. Look at that, he's just crawling. I don't even think, look, he hasn't got a left rear puncture. He didn't have punctures on the right, on the front side of the car. But we're watching from Vettel's view now, and there we are, outside view. Absolutely nothing seems wrong with Massa's car. Whether he's got a gearbox or an engine issue, I don't know. But look how slow he's crawling outside of this, out of that corner. But we're coming back onto our view, and as you can see on the mini-map, that is the gap we've got. And yet again, we've got so much understeer. We're able to get a late apex just about, but yeah, this setup's really not going too well. We've already got, I think that's 5 seconds to the car in 2nd, and actually Massa's dropped outside the top 4 now, so that could possibly end up being a Williams retirement, which would be a shame because he was looking like at the start of the race he'd be able to run around in the top 3. But that doesn't really matter now. It's a Ferrari 1-2 here at Silverstone. Not really sure it's what the British fans want. I mean, Kimi Raikkonen is one of Formula One's most popular drivers, and Sebastian Vettel grown in popularity now he's moved to Ferrari. Bit of dig there at some Ferrari fans, but anyway, coming down to, what's this, Cops? I think, no, not Cops, Stowe. So coming to Stowe, and again we're taking that wide line, so it doesn't seem like we're able to run but as well, but we're asking about the weather, and it's a low chance of rain at the current moment, so we're just going to try and keep pushing this gap we've got to Sebastian Vettel. The plan is to do just a one-stop race, and as you can see, setting the fastest lap, going through the first corner now, cutting on to lap 7. Now as you can see, we've got a huge gap to the car in second, but oh my life, it's come back to haunt us. The punctures come back to haunt us. We had a huge gap to Sebastian Vettel, and maybe that's why. Maybe in order to do a one-stop, you had to have driven a bit more slowly and conserve the tyres, whereas I wasn't doing that. Already lap 7, we've got a puncture, so I don't even think if we'd have looked after our tyres, would have been able to made that one-stop work. But as you can see, Sebastian Vettel now heads into the lead of the Grand Prix, and as you can see, Daniel Ricciardo goes past for second place. So cutting later on to lap 7, of course, and now we've got Bottas going through. This is where we're going to start losing a load of positions, which is annoying because we've only just gone through the first corner and we'd instantly got a puncture. But that's the problem with this track. There's a lot of fast right-handers, so they're putting a lot of stress on that left front tyre. And well, both the force of bloody hell, Perez, one to get close, isn't it? But finally we make it towards the end of lap 7. As you can see, we've dropped down to 11th place, with actually some more cars coming into the pit, so maybe these cars and me are having to do a two-stop race, so it's going to be interesting to see. I think this is the first time it's ever, like, first time on F1 that it's going to be a one-stop / two-stop race, at least in my career mode. Not ever, obviously, but we're limping back into the pit lane now. Hopefully the Ferrari boys can give us a good pit stop. Yellow flag, I'm not really sure, that's about 2.6 seconds. It's okay, it's not too bad. But we're coming out of the pit lane now in 14th place. So we're on the harder tyre because I really didn't want to put that option tyre on again and risk it, but we have selected options for next stop because I'm really not too sure what our tyre strategy will be from now on, because I actually didn't check the race director before the start of the race, so I probably should have done that before doing the race. But as you can see already, that gap Maldonado have just on lap 9. Let's look at the number of sparks coming off his car. We're already ahead of him. He's on the softer tyre as well. He's on the medium tyre, we're on the hard tyre. And we've just got so much more pace, even though I think these guys around me are all on two-stop. But they're still going so slow compared to me. But I'm not really too sure what the issue is here. But as you can see, our fastest lap is a 1:35, so that does just show how much pace we've got in this Ferrari, as we almost go around the outside of Ericsson then before actually sticking it down the inside. And as you can see, Roberto Merri in now 12th place. I think he's trying to make the one-stop work around here, which actually surprises me that this track on 50% is a one-stop, two-stop, because I'd have thought it would have been, because it seems like there's a lot of high-speed corners, I'd have thought it was two-stop, three-stop. But anyway, that doesn't matter for now. We're coming through this corner. We really need to learn the corner names for this track, but we're trying to close in on Max Verstappen now, who's done a brilliant job in not only the career mode but also in real life, actually winning 3 awards at the official S.p.A. gala thing where everyone gets presented with their trophies and whatnot. And he got Action of the Year, he got Overtake of the Year, and he also got Rookie of the Year. But we're just closing so much on him through this corner now, these sections now, and as we can see right on the back of him, we're probably going to make the pass before DRS. Our front wing was just on his left rear tyre, so we give him a little nudge like, hey Max, you know, we're here, you know, give us that space. But we actually make this corner work quite well for us now, apart from the little track extend at the end. But next car ahead, Sergio Perez. There's one more car's coming into the pit, so I believe they're trying to that they're on a one-stop strategy now. I think lap 10 or 11 is around the time you'd make a one-stop, because then you'd have 16 laps on the prime tyre. So it's either we're going to have to make this tyre last so long, or we're going to have to make another stop. So I thought, rather than try and go for the long option or long stint and then risk another puncture, I thought, you know what, let's just go flat out as fast as we can, and then around lap 20 go and make another pit stop for the soft tyre at the end, and go for a last stint blast, because we've just got so much more pace over these AI that I reckon a 2-stop for me wouldn't actually be too bad. I mean, the race wins long gone. Sebastian Vettel overtook us way before we got anywhere near the pits to change our tyres. So at this point, I've already thought about outside the podium. I thought maybe top 4 will be probably the goal. Well, maybe not top 4, but maybe top 5 will be the goal for this race. But Sergio Perez is going so slow, and we go right up the inside of him through a corner that he wouldn't even consider to be an overtaking move. We're going to have a look at a replay of that, and as we can see from our side pod view, just look at the room. Look at that smallest of gaps we have left, and on board with Perez, just look at that. He's on the medium tyre as well. He's on the quicker tyre, and we just managed to fit it through the smallest of gaps. But as we can see, Lewis Hamilton is in 7th place, and he's only 5 seconds up the road. So with the pace we've got, we might be able to catch him by lap 15, because it is a Mercedes, so I'm expecting it to be a little bit longer. But we had a 1.4 second advantage over the Mercedes in qualifying, so we'll have to see whether we can make the stint last, or whether we can catch now Jenson Button, who's in 7th place, but he came into the pits that lap. And as we can see, Lewis Hamilton right ahead of us on lap 13, so we've got even more pace than I thought we would have in this race. I think Hamilton's definitely trying to go for that 1-stop. He locks up, going through this corner. We tap the back of his car oh so slightly, but we're going to get the switchback. Oh, not really a switchback, but we've gone up the inside of Lewis Hamilton. As you can see, he is on the harder tyre, so he's definitely trying to make the 1-stop work. But we got on to lap 15, the next lap, and already we're coming up to the back of Nico Hulkenberg. So I think all these cars ahead are definitely trying to make the 1-stop work. And just look at the gap on the minimap we've got to Hamilton. Hamilton's the next car back on that minimap, and in one lap we got that much pace over him. So I think a 2-stop definitely can work around here, as we just go up the inside of Hulkenberg. He's on a 2-stop. He must be on a 2-stop as we squeeze him off the track. He's got to be on a 2-stop because he's on the medium tyre. So unless he started on the... But then again, that's a really early time to go in for prime tyres. But actually, we're coming into the pits now. So I think what we're going to do is, because I enjoyed that hard tyre so much in that stint, I think what we're going to do, 10 laps left of the Grand Prix, what we're going to do is we're going to strap on another set, as is Nico Hulkenberg behind us. So we probably should have extended this stint a little bit, but I didn't want to risk that medium tyre, because obviously we got the puncture on the first lap, and I was playing it fairly cautious this race. I'd already had one puncture, I didn't really fancy another one. But look at that, we've got so much pace over the AI. It looks like already we're going to come out in around 5th, 6th place, maybe just behind this car coming through, Daniel Kvyat. So that's just the sheer pace we had in this Ferrari doing a 2-stop race, as yet again we get stuck with the second gear glitch. And thankfully we just managed to come out ahead of Jenson Button, obviously my favourite driver of the 2015 season. So we didn't want to be stuck behind that pretty slow McLaren Honda. And I saw a funny thing actually the other day. It was a quote from Ron Dennis before the 2015 season. Someone asked him how good's the Honda engine, and he said that it was an unbelievable engine. Well, I bet he's regretting saying that now, isn't he? But we're coming down the start finish straight. Oh, not start finish straight, sorry, the back straight. And Daniel Kvyat is the next car ahead. He's only 2 seconds ahead of us. And as you can see, that's how much we're pushing. We're track extended. We're not getting warnings, so we're just going to take it. If the game allows us, we're just gonna let it happen, you know. We're gonna allow it, as the kids would say. But we've just got so much more pace on a 2-stop. If only we hadn't have got that puncture on lap 7 and we'd have done the 2-stop. Oh, we're right on the grass trying to get past Kvyat. We go down the inside. I think we're gonna open up the steering. That's it, yep. Squeeze him out. AI actually being pretty not smart, but they're actually being pretty aware with what I'm doing in this race, so I felt I was able to do a lot of that, and Bottas is around 5 seconds ahead of us again. So we need to try and catch him, but we're not actually getting as much understeer this time. So I think as the fuel load is coming down, and on the harder tyre especially, I just see more hooked up around the circuit. I'm not sure what it is, but as we can see, lap 19, we're already catching up to Valtteri Bottas, who must be on a one-stop in third place, and we're going to spoil Williams' party, I think, with taking that third place off him. So my prediction of top 5 was sort of correct, but I did not expect that we'd be able to close into P3. I thought that would have been long gone, but look at that fast. It's like 1:31.5. I think we'll have to definitely have a look at the end of the race to compare everyone's fastest lap, because that is a blistering lap, especially on the hard tyre. I don't want to sort of show off, not show off, but you know what I mean. I don't want to gloat about that sort of time because many more people faster, but for me I thought that was a pretty impressive time on the hard tyre around Silverstone. But you've got to remember, we are on pressure tyres compared to the AI. But through these sections I decided to put it in lean mix, you know, because actually does help with the rear tyre wear, because not so much power is going to the rear tyres coming out the corners, so you don't slide the rear as much. So I thought I'd start doing that, and also a little bit of fuel saving. But we've got it into rich. Valtteri Bottas is going to be a sitting duck coming out of the exit of this corner, so long as we don't mess it up, which we actually lost a bit of time there to Bottas. But through this section I'm expected to go right round the outside, textbook move up the inside, and we run a little bit wide there actually, but Bottas on older tyres. But now that we've got past him, look at the gap to Ricciardo, 23 seconds with 6 laps to go. I thought that was impossible, but lap 25, there is Daniel Ricciardo. So somehow we've managed to catch him by 20 odd seconds in 6 laps. I don't know how the hell we managed to do that. It probably has something to do with Grosjean, who's holding him up so much. We go up the inside of both of them. Crucial move there. Look at this replay. We've got Romain Grosjean being lapped by Daniel Ricciardo, and just look at that. Grosjean is not giving him any space, and in a minute you'll see a red flash coming through. That's us taking our opportunities. A very opportunistic move. I don't even think Daniel Ricciardo would have done a move like that. But as we can see, we are now second place in this Grand Prix. So even though we had a puncture, we're going to ask how far ahead Sebastian Vettel is. He's 30 seconds up the road. There's no chance we're catching him. 30 seconds on the final lap. Impossible, literally. But we're going to go defensive because Daniel Ricciardo was starting to put a challenge. We actually go wide there. So that move that we had, oh, we smacked into the back of him. Are we going to be able to hold it down the inside? We throw our hand up. Grosjean's still there, getting in our fight. But because we had such a tank slapper, we accidentally put Ricciardo into the gravel. But Romain Grosjean, who's a lapped car, is still trying to interfere, like he's trying to fight for the podium. Not really too sure what he's doing, but I'm still amazed that in 5 laps we managed to catch Ricciardo by 23 seconds. I'm not sure whether he made another pit stop, but as we can see, that's how far ahead our teammate is. Sebastian Vettel gets his first win of the season for his resurgence in this championship. But 30 seconds later, we're going to come to try and cross the line in second place. I think Daniel Ricciardo is far enough behind, so he's not really going to pose much of a challenge. But what an eventful Silverstone Grand Prix. A puncture on lap 7. I thought I was out of it with the 2-stop, but we just came flying through the field, and actually we didn't even get fastest lap at the end, but we crossed the line to come second at the British Grand Prix. But Sebastian Vettel gets his first win of the season. Well done to him. And look at that podium. Ferrari mechanics so happy. And we can pick up the second place trophy. I think it's our first second place in a while, actually.
What a fantastic result for Sebastian Vettel. He's really performed brilliantly today.
It's been a great day's racing, and it's fair to say that they deserved that win. Their strategy was spot on.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
So there we are, guys. Second place in the British Grand Prix. Not too bad at all. For some reason, our fastest lap came up as a 1:34, even though we saw it was a 1:31, so I'm not really too sure what that's about. But Lewis Hamilton, 4th place. Nico Rosberg down to 6th is that 8th place, sorry. So, yeah, the Mercedes first corner incident really not going too well, but we are first place in the Drivers' Championship still by 47 points. Lewis Hamilton moves up to 2nd place. Ferrari leading the way in the Constructors, followed by Mercedes by 30 points, followed by Williams 67 points. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and also subscribe around here for more Kimi Raikkonen F1 2015 career mode and some co-op career modes. But that's it for me, guys. Until next time, take care.